Hi there. Today I'm going to talk about a more serious topic. As you know, the UK has left the EU. If you're a business owner, whether you're in the UK or somewhere else, this may mean that you have to negotiate more from now on. If the Brexit process has puzzled you, well, welcome to England. This is how things often go around here. I've been in England for over 16 years and I've run into this kind of thing numerous times. What English people don't know, or may not know, is that English people can come across as petulant, recalcitrant, what's the other word that I'm looking for? Obstinate, in international business negotiations, in international settings. And that may tick you off, hearing me say that, but it's just the way it is. People in other countries negotiate differently, very often. That was also a problem with Brexit. You may remember that Angela Merkel at some point said about Theresa May, or to Theresa May, "Why don't you just tell me what you want?" For English people, negotiation is some kind of silly game, comes across to us as a silly game, us foreigners. Not always, but often. Let me give you an example. And you need to know this. You need to know about this if you're in business. The thing you have to understand, both if you're coming from the British side, the English side, or coming from the other side, is that English people have a very different way of thinking, of seeing the world. One very good book to have within this context, this is a old version, there is a newer version. It's by a British guy who is a specialist on cultural differences. And he mentions that the British, he calls them the British, but I think it pertains particularly to the English, are very insular. They always think that foreigners are out to get them. Strangers are out to get them. It's not true that strangers are always out to get the English. Why would we want to do that? He also mentions something else that the English often get into, not necessarily all the British, something called muddled thinking. It may be very clear to English people, but it can be very confusing to others because we have no idea what you're going on about. Sorry, but that's the case. So this is one thing, be aware of these cultural differences. There's another aspect to this. People have different negotiation styles, regardless of culture. If you look into Chris Voss, who used to be an FBI hostage negotiator, has distinguished some of these different styles, and you may see that the English style fits into one of these. He calls it the analyst. I get this from Chris Voss's material. How they see themselves as realistic, prepared, and smart. How they may be seen by others as cold and standoffish. They care about acquiring facts and information. The negotiation mindset is time, preparation, and silence is time to think. They hate surprises. They tie their self-image to minimizing mistakes, not being seen as making mistakes, hiding mistakes, covering them up, because it's tied to embarrassment. Embarrassment is a very English thing. They prefer to work on their own. They're not really team players. They are skeptical by nature. Skeptical by nature. You need to know that if you go into a negotiation. They may appear to agree with you, but just say it so that they can buy themselves time. And they can be very slow to answer questions. Getting straight answers from English people can be like pulling teeth, seriously. And if they ever apologize to you about anything, ignore it, because apologies have little value here. They're just something people say. They give only things that they have thought long and hard about. English people don't easily give things, and are very suspicious of things that are given by someone else. Anything that's free, anything that's offered, it makes them naturally suspicious. If you're in a negotiation with English people, you need to know that. As Chris Voss says, or his team wrote, when they receive first, they see it as a trap. They think it has to be a trap. Their worst type match in a negotiation is the type that I am, assertive. There's another type that's called the accommodator. Assertive types, like me, see themselves as honest, logical, and direct, says Chris Voss. Others may see them emotional, aggressive, and harsh. That's definitely the case here with English people. I tick them off no matter what I say or don't say or where. I often feel that the way I breathe annoys them. We need mutual respect, nothing more or less. Absolutely. Chris Voss, you're right about that. I seem to be this type. I recognize a lot of this. We care about being heard. True. The negotiation mindset is time is money. Hurry up. And if you want to win from someone like me, you have to get me to say, that's right. You have to get me to agree with you. But I'm not English. So if you're English and you negotiate with someone like me, you have to think about that.